All right, Valentino. First on your list from the Oscar-nominated, award-winning Criterion Collection Dr. Dolittle soundtrack.
That was from the Eddie Murphy I'm Just Getting Money phase.
Yes.
The remake of Dr. Dolittle. Aaliyah, Are You That Somebody?
But a big record, man. Like, this is really important to me because when I think what Timbaland was one of the first people that obviously produced this record. One of the first people that influenced me to be like, or not even he did influence me, but like even prior to that to be like, oh, like that's what a producer does. Like, oh, that's the guy that makes the beat, like the music behind it.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of like started to learn about Timbaland was like through stuff like this, and he'd be in the background, the videos, not like foreground like Puff was.
Right.
But he'd be doing the ad libs. So you're like, who's that guy? And all these records that I like, it's like, baby girl.
Yeah.
He's just doing that shit, and I'm like. And then I figured out it was Timbaland, and rest in peace, Aaliyah obviously had like one of the brightest futures ahead of her. And,
totally.
It was so sad to that her life was cut short. But it's just like I think the most important thing for me was like really from some influential producers for me was like Timbaland, Neptune's Dre,
right,
and especially Timbaland was like probably the best of this. Was like I would hear something and be like, what the fuck is that?
Right, like the baby.
And that's what excited me about music. That was the first thing that like really excited me about music.
So when you said, was this the first record you heard? You go, that's what a producer does. It was one of them.
I don't know if this. I can't exactly remember what the first one was, but it was around this time. It was definitely Timbaland was like probably the guy that made me like be like, oh, okay, that's the guy that makes the beat.
Yeah.
Even though Aaliyah's singing, everything else underneath that is Timbaland touched that. So
So he had a ton of hits. I mean, especially in this era, and I think this is one of the ones that really like pushed him over the edge. But
this was back when he was still doing Timbaland and Magoo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. True.
Yes.
It was the sample pack. I think it was called Deepest India, but I didn't know at the time. I learned about it later.
Yeah.
But I remember listening on the radio. I heard it on Power 106 out in LA, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like the beat is like doom, doom,
right.
Then it has the like the fucking the bongos or whatever the hell the tablas or whatever is in the background, and it's like nothing else sounds like that to me. But like once again, that's what excites me about music and how I try to carry it on that tradition when I make records now too. Like I want people to hear something and be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. And he also produced Pony, which you have a song called Pony.
Yeah.
Is that a callback there, or is that just
no comments? But
coincidence.
You know what I'm saying? But that Genuine record was. I mean, still when you play it in the club now, it's one of those timeless records where like 19-year-olds still have found out about that song.
Yeah.
The beat is like it's like a dude burping.
Yeah.
I feel like it was probably like a stock sound from like MoFat, like a emu thing or some shit like that.
I mean,
right?
he was doing a lot of those sounds with his own mouth too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's pretty crazy. I want to show you something. All right, I want to give some attention to the "Are You That Somebody" bootleg remix.
Yeah.
This features Mad Skills, Danger Mouse, and Lonnie B. It's like a
this
hip-hop
was a hip hop site
version.
like #1 seller for us.
I wasn't even aware of this. Remember he'd do like the hip hop wrap up every year?
Yep.
And he'd fucking call out everybody.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And this actually, they got a lot of play on Hot 97 with this.
Yep.
This is a huge bootleg. And what was great about this is he acknowledges the sound of the baby in the background, you know? But yeah, just an amazing remix.
If I ever did an interview with Timbaland, that's definitely a question I ask him. Like, what like compelled you to like use that baby sound?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
totally innovative, like really ahead of its time too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Aaliyah.
Dope.
Are You That Somebody?
Amazing.